right? Because what happens is कि prelims में a lot of the preparation is by yourself, right? You're just reading the basic books, you're covering all the things. उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा आपको मतलब group brainstorming करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. But when it comes to mains, why? Because writing as a skill is not something that we are taught very well in our school system, in our colleges. And here, writing skills become very important for you in order to get good marks in mains. Right? That is where I feel the brain writing exercise is a very good thing. Hello everyone and welcome to another book podcast with me and KC sir. So KC sir, कैसे हैं आप?
बढ़िया.
क्या चल रहा है? Where have you been sort of traveling and doing things recently?
IPL
कहाँ देखा? कौन सा देखा?
No, IPL in the sense political league. So for me, politics is more interesting than cricket these days.
Definitely. Politics is a lot more interesting because of all the drama and the things. It's like so many twists and turns happening. But anyhow, today's discussion will be on this book. It's called Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. And Adam Grant is somebody who has written a number of great books. And we'll deep dive into this book today. We'll talk about what are the basic ideas for how someone can unlock their hidden potential. Right. So, Casey sir, walk us through like a gist of what this book is about.
Yeah. So again, Adam Grant calls himself organizational psychologist.
Yeah.
But in a way, he's also considering himself to be more of a social scientist also.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's working with a lot of business people. So based on that, what he talks about is that in this book he's trying to touch upon three aspects. That if anyone has to realize the hidden potential, exploit the hidden potential, know about true self, then he says that there are three things. One is you have to build what is called as character skills. You have to build skills, but
Some
skills can
character
be two types.
Yeah.
One is that those skills that help you in a day-to-day life. जैसे कि आपने कुछ पढ़ लिया, finance का कुछ पढ़ लिया और आप trading कर रहे हो, या फिर
I would not advise trading to anyone though.
हाँ, तो जैसे मैनेजमेंट की कुछ बुक्स पढ़ लिए या फिर कोई भी आप, वो आपके डे टू डे अफेयर्स में आपके वर्क में हेल्प करता है. बट कैरेक्टर स्किल्स इज समथिंग एल्स. इफ टाइम्स आर नॉट सो गुड, इफ द टाइम्स आर टफ, then are you able to still manage with the day-to-day affairs? That is where the character, your core character comes in. So he is talking about building those skills. If you have to realize potential, then character skills is very important. Next one that he talks about is कि ये build करोगे लेकिन आपके लिए एक क्या बोलते हैं, एक support system की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी.
Definitely.
You need to have a support system. And that is what he calls as scaffolding. जैसे कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए, कंस्ट्रक्शन में हम लोग स्कैफोल्डिंग पहले यूज करते हैं टू बिल्ड एनीथिंग. लाइकवाइज टू बिल्ड योरसेल्फ, टू बिल्ड स्किल्स आल्सो, कैरेक्टर स्किल्स, you need some kind of a support system. So that is one aspect that he touches upon. And the last thing that he is talking about is that okay, आपने अपना कैरेक्टर स्किल्स डेवलप किया है, सपोर्ट सिस्टम भी आपने बनाया है वो स्किल्स डेवलप करने के लिए, बट ये दो चीज़ें बाय एंड लार्ज are limited to yourself and maybe a immediate जो भी है one of
surrounding by people.
But if you have to make sure that this hidden potential is useful for lot more people, or how is it actually creating opportunities for more and more people, that is what he talks about as the third part. That is creating opportunities for others once you build, once you realize the hidden potential. So by and large, these are the three aspects he tries to cover.
So essentially it starts from, if you talk about ki at the smallest core inside you have to build your character skills. Once you build your character skills, then you sort of start developing these systems of motivation, which he calls scaffolding. Character skills, when you develop, ये visible नहीं रहता किसी को, right? Character skills you're working on by yourself. But when you're doing scaffolding, right? When you're like learning how to motivate yourself, these are the things that you can sort of, other people around you also see. right? This person is very disciplined, this person is very determined, this person is doing this, that, he's very pro-social, right? All of those qualities come in that scaffolding part. And third part is where you expand further outward. Like you started from here within you, expanded slightly when you were building the scaffolding, and then finally creating opportunities means ki now you have become sort of self-sustained, you have realized your own potential, but in the end, the potential of any one human being is limited. To realize your complete hidden inner potential, you have to also unlock the potentials of others. Right? Because only when you are working with a team, you're working with a group of people who are like-minded, who also want to grow, will all of you be able to realize your potential. So I think I like that aspect of this book a lot more.
Yes.
It starts from here and this just like slowly expands outwards.
Yeah. So again, if you have to apply to the preparation per se, UPSC preparation, first two aspects are definitely useful. क्योंकि प्रिपरेशन के टाइम में ऑब्वियसली टफ टाइम्स डू कम, यू सी फेल्यूर्स ऑन अ रेगुलर बेसिस, आपका परफॉर्मेंस मॉक का परफॉर्मेंस नहीं इम्प्रूव हो रहा, तो फिर ऑब्वियसली दैट इज व्हेन योर कैरेक्टर इज टेस्टेड. ओके, एंड precisely that is why because the journey is so difficult, UPSC is trying to get the best out of it. Unless you are tested through all of these things, by the time you reach a service, your
basics are sorted, I feel. Well, the UPSC is putting you through enough of the grind.
Yes.
If you cannot survive that grind,
yes,
then like you probably won't survive in service either. Because like अगर आप ये बोल रहे हो, मतलब again, this is not being a UPSC apologist. UPSC का exam process definitely needs some improvements, some overhaul, some at least transparency, because like recently we've seen with the answer keys, there are like so many mismatches and everything. But again, once you get into service, it's not like India is a developed country right now. We're getting there. And in the process of getting there, your bureaucrats, the people who are selected through civil services exam, are the people who are the key nodes. Right? They're at important positions. They're like sort of IAS, IPS officers, IRS officers. All of these people are very key and important nodes for the functioning of the entire country. And if that individual is not able to handle the grind, if that individual is not able to prioritize, not able to motivate themselves, then how are they expected to do that for so many people that they're suddenly sitting on top of? Right?
Yes.
Because one of the, I feel, sort of great attractions that people have with this service is that you get to be like a sort of mini CEO at very early age. If you've been in corporate, unless you're starting your own startup or doing something of that sort, it takes a lot of time to get to a position where you have like a significant size of a team under you. You have that many resources that you can command. You become an IAS officer at 23, 24. And suddenly you have 10 crore ka budget for your district.
Yes.
That's a lot of money, that's a lot of responsibility, and I think that sort of person has to be.
Or again, since we started off with elections, imagine at the age of 23.
You can't get elected to MP as 23.
No. PMLA. No, you enter the service at 23. And in best case scenario, so there are some states where you become DM by the age of
30,
let's say in 5-6 years. Okay, so before 30 itself, you are the returning officer. You are responsible for the
conducting elections,
and
that's a responsibility.
The kind of people you need to deal with, all kinds of people that you need to deal with, and so many watchful eyes.
So much external pressure on you.
Every aspect of the election procedure is being looked upon by people, by officials, by
one
political
small
parties.
misstep and like you
judiciary
are in for a lot of trouble.
So obviously तो उसके लिए यही है, you have to and at that stage, as you said, you have to work with the team, because as a returning officer, it's not that
you're not a one-man army.
Everything. Yes. So because during my training also, I was in 2016. That was when Tamil Nadu elections were being held. So I had the opportunity to be with the collector for the entire election procedure. So that's when I understood the level of intricacies, how much what is the role of a DM, especially as far as elections is concerned, and how many people, right from, let's say, lot of, even a person at the lowest in the hierarchy, he also has to play a very important role, looking at, because electoral रोल में क्या क्या है कि नहीं वहाँ, तो वो विलेज असिस्टेंट से लेके विलेज बीएओ, उनको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दिया जाता है कि अपने विलेज में देखो कि क्या है. देन व्हाट वी कॉल एज एसडीएम, तहसीलदार, उनको भी पहले इलेक्टोरल रोल्स चेक करने होते हैं. सो आई रिमेम्बर इन व्हेन आई वाज द एसडीएम, इलेक्टोरल रोल्स को थोड़ा रिफॉर्म करना था नए, तो आई हैड टू साइन सम हंड्रेड्स ऑफ फॉर्म्स बाय हैंड. तो 2 घंटे रात को बैठ के रोज साइन करना था ओनली दोस फॉर्म्स, बिकॉज देयर इज नो
automated digital process for this.
So that has to be done manually, right?
But now I think it's been digitized quite a bit.
Yes. तो वही है. तो हाँ, तो वहाँ पे creating opportunities for
Others to
everyone,
shine.
yes,
Yeah.
is equally important. So creating opportunities, yes, it might be more useful once you get into service, any of the services. But it can be even be applied to your preparation journey, because many cases हमको लगता है कि इस competitive environment में मैं जो कर रहा हूँ बगल वाले को पता नहीं चल रहा है.
This is a question that I get so often, which is like, sir, agar if I'm reading the same book as the other person is reading, so what am I doing different? So you don't have to do anything different. And like that is sort of where people feel कि ये zero sum game है. कि अगर मैंने उसको हेल्प किया तो वो आगे निकल जाएगा, मैं पीछे रह जाऊंगा. बट दैट, मतलब ठीक है, देयर आर लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ सीट्स, टू अ सर्टेन एक्सटेंट दैट लॉजिक होल्ड्स, बट अगेन गिवन हाउ मेनी पीपल आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर इट, तुम आसपास में अपने लोगों का हेल्प करोगे तो दैट इज ऑल्सो समवेयर और द अदर इम्पैक्टिंग यू.
Yes.
You are becoming a better person. You are developing a deeper understanding of the concepts.
That is telling more about you as a person. For example, typical case, हम लोग टेलीग्राम ग्रुप्स हैं, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स में, कोई किसी ने कोई क्वेश्चन दिया, राइट? व्हाई डू यू थिंक सम पीपल रेस्पॉन्ड टू इट गिविंग द रीजनिंग कि आंसर ये है, वो उसको क्या फायदा होने वाला? इनफैक्ट ही इज हेल्पिंग द कॉम्पिटिटर, नो, इन ए वे. बट क्यों कुछ लोग वो एफर्ट लेते हैं कि नहीं, इट्स नॉट जस्ट माई ओन गेम. ये वो ऐसे लोगों मान के चलते हैं कि ये जो स्मॉलर ग्रुप है, वी ट्राइंग टू हेल्प ईच अदर. वी डोंट सी ईच अदर एज competition. Okay, so and that applies to even, let's say, when people ask me, a lot of people ask me, sir, is it a lonely journey? Should I be only focusing on self preparation? Yes, by and large, a lot of things have to happen at your end. Okay, and I think in this book only, or there's something called brain writing that he uses instead of brainstorming. Okay, so a lot of work you have to do on your own instead of every time sitting in groups and trying to study.
Definitely. I think the brain writing thing that you mentioned just now, that is something very, very interesting and important. That's something that's very valid for people preparing for mains, right? Because what happens is कि prelims में a lot of the preparation is by yourself, right? You're just reading the basic books, you're covering all the things. उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा आपको मतलब group brainstorming करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. But when it comes to mains, why? Because writing as a skill is not something that we are taught very well in our school system, in our colleges. And here, writing skills become very important for you in order to get good marks in mains. Right? That is where I feel the brain writing exercise is a very good thing. कि आप 4 लोग 5 लोग जितना भी लोग बैठे हो, मतलब you take a call on the group, you take 2, 3, 4 questions, all of you write 4 questions, and then all of you grade each other's questions. Because that very simple thing what will tell you is कि भाई अच्छा सिर्फ जो मैं सोच रहा था वैसा सोचने के नहीं है. There are other ways to think about this question. And that is something that I find a lot of the time people are lacking in mains. They feel कि मैंने तो 4 पर्सपेक्टिव तो डाल दिए, भाई तुमने वो 4 पर्सपेक्टिव है ना, इस कोने के 4 डाल दिए, तुम इधर तो आए ही नहीं हो. You don't even know like how big the field is. And that is where the sort of, instead of brainstorming कि 4 लोग बैठ के बस आंसर डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, no, a better way to do it would be कि भाई 4 लोग ने अपना आंसर लिखा and then show it to each other. So I think that is again one of the sort of
in fact I can relate it to my corporate life, pre-service or during service or before service also, because in corporate world it's a common phenomenon. Brainstorming, meeting arrange कर लिया, 5 लोग बैठे हैं बस. And very good points that are highlighted in this book is that in that situation it's difficult to get good
Any-
points from
yeah.
all the members. There'll be certain people, especially maybe some introverts or new entrants or interns, who might be having very good ideas, but they are kind of reluctant to open up.
Voice it up in front of the
कोई and then one or two people will try to
hijack.
Yeah. So that is one thing and that can be applied to
definitely.
working of an organization anywhere. Yes, this is one thing. So brain writing is one thing. Yeah. Well, yeah, opportunities. Don't treat others merely as competitors. You will always, even if you're studying in a group, like I remember, there were 3 to 4 people who we used to. What we used to do is, जैसे ही मेरा टेस्ट का रिजल्ट आता था, तो आई यूज टू गिव माई पेपर टू द अदर पर्सन, एक्सचेंज करते थे पेपर, और उसके पॉइंट क्योंकि एक्सचेंज करके एंड देन वी यूज टू लुक एट ईच ऑफ दिस थिंग्स एंड फिर से, तो हर टेस्ट में ऐसे करते थे कि पेपर्स को एक्सचेंज किया और अपने एंड पे देखा कि इसने मेरे से क्या बेटर लिखा है, राइट? तो इट्स नॉट दैट ब्लाइंडली एमुलेटिंग, बट यस. So
Definitely. Well, learning is a process that is sort of easier when you're doing it in a peer group. Like this is a Harvard में study हुई थी. There's a professor called Eric Mazur. So what he found was that जब teacher to student learning जा रहा होता है ना, तो there's a lot of hesitance, right? आपने जैसे बोला कि भाई पेपर चेक करके you changed it with a friend, right? Just me having that discussion with a mentor sometimes is difficult for me. क्यों? क्योंकि I am afraid of कि भाई mentor क्या सोचेगा मेरे बारे में. I'm afraid of will I look stupid when I ask this question. But like all of those are pointless things. Look as stupid as you want, because that is the way to growth. But again, these are very natural hurdles. I've faced them. You've faced them. Everybody's faced them. So here, showing your paper to your friend is a lot easier than like showing it to your mentor and like sort of कि भाई आप बताओ क्या है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे हमको थोड़ा वो मतलब some hesitance है. बट मेरे दोस्त के साथ मेरे को वो हेजिटेंस नहीं है, तो sort of breaking down that barrier to learning is also one of the things.
In fact, this is what we have been doing. If you remember our mentorship sessions for the last year mains also, we have a slot for two to three people at once. Okay, तो उसमें ऐसा नहीं कि जब एक बंदे का पेपर डिस्कस कर रहा, we used to make a deliberate attempt कि देखो भाई बगल वाला ऐसा नहीं है, तो आप ऐसा नहीं कि स्विच ऑफ करके अपनी बार अपने पेपर के लिए वेट करो. I used to say that कि दूसरा का जब पेपर डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ, फोकस ऑन दोस थिंग्स आल्सो, you'll get to learn a lot of things from the other person also.
So I think this is something that we have sort of always tried to implement कि very small groups में 2, 3, 5 उससे ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं, इतना ग्रुप में जब हम डिस्कशन करते हैं तो a lot of the times what also happens is कि like very basic doubts जो रहते हैं कि भाई मेरे को इस टाइम डर लग रहा है, मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा है, तो having that small group there also makes it a bit of a cathartic experience कि भाई मतलब मुझे एटलीस्ट ये पता चलता है कि भैया सिर्फ मेरे को डर नहीं लग रहा है, सामने वाले को भी लग रहा है, सिर्फ मेरे को पॉइंट नहीं आ रहे हैं, सिर्फ मेरे को इंट्रो कंक्लूजन में प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रहा है, सबको हो रहा है.
Yes.
एंड दैट मेक्स इट स्लाइटली इजियर. बट चलो, आई थिंक लेट्स गेट बैक टू लाइक द बुक. विल ब्रेक डाउन द 3 sections and we'll take the discussion one by one. So okay, sir, let's start with the character skills. कि भाई मतलब what are the character skills that somebody should have in order to unlock their potential?
So the author talks about sponge. In fact,
I think
the recent discovery says that the oldest being, a living being that has survived for the longest time, is the sponge, sea sponge.
Yeah.
So वो कैसे survive किया? It survived because of the adaptability. And the same thing can be applied for your own growth if you have to last long in a career or whatever. So the author says that be like a sponge. When he says be like a sponge, he's saying that instead of being reactive to any situation, be more proactive. That is one thing.
What's the difference between reactive and proactive?
Reactive, कोई सिचुएशन आए तो इमीडिएटली नी जर्क रिएक्शन देना, इमोशंस पे ज़्यादा ड्राइव डिपेंड करके, विदाउट थिंकिंग मच. In fact, I'm reading started reading Clear Thinking. तो वो वाला पॉइंट्स भी इसमें आ रहा है कि
नहीं, that's a good idea ना,
वही है कि कैसे वो है ना, we always
कि मतलब
say
कुछ भी हुआ, कुछ भी फटा and like immediately you have to go back and jump and rush. So don't do that.
yeah.
Be proactive in the sense of take a moment and think about it कि भी क्या करना चाहिए, कैसा है. Like I think sort of prelims mein, this is something that's very, very valid and useful. Ki, like a lot of the times what happens is ki I open the prelims paper. First 5 questions I've seen are bouncers. So my reactive state would be ki shit, I'm gonna fail. Right, but if I am proactive, so that means ki, oh yes, everybody is going to think that they're going to fail. I'm going to just skip these questions and move on.
Yeah, and same happens with the level of difficulty also.
Yeah.
जैसे last year suddenly pattern change हुई, वही elimination वाला हट गया, तो फिर वही ना यार, मैंने तो इतना सीख के गया कि मैं 2 eliminate आराम से कर लूँगा.
Yeah.
That is not happening, no? So how do you react?
So that's the reactive versus proactive. कि reactive उसमें हो जाएगा कि you just like go into crisis mode कि shit, what is happening, I'm going to waste another year. Proactive would be कि भाई if it's difficult for me, it's probably going to be difficult for everyone.
Yeah, and that is one important aspect. The other important aspect is that between being more of egocentric person, something which satisfies your ego, and something that is going to help you to grow, you better choose the growth वाला. अगर आप ज़्यादा ईगो पे फोकस करोगे तो फिर कई बार जो फीडबैक मिलता है आप दिल पे ले लेते हो, पर्सनली ले लेते हो, ये कैसे बोल दिया, राइट, समथिंग लाइक.
हाँ, मतलब you take it not as a mistake, you take it as a judgment on you.
Yes.
कि भाई मतलब ये नहीं बोला कि तुमने गलती करी है, इसलिए कि तुम गलत हो. There's a difference between that, and that is sort of very simply put कि मतलब I can make mistakes, it's fine, I'm human. But if I am wrong, so then that is a value judgment on me that I can never be right. So don't be that person ki matlab, you know, if somebody is pointing out some mistake, so don't take it as ki I am wrong.
Yeah.
It's like I made a mistake, I can improve.
In fact, this happens a lot when we try to give feedback for the interviews.
Interviews, definitely.
Including, I think, Aditi Yadav also. We were quite frank. देखो, जैसे maybe we are not here to massage your ego. Okay, एक अच्छा सा feedback देके कि सब ठीक ठाक है, right? So the very first interview that she has given, we were quite honest about it that देखो आप ego पे मत जाओ, आपको grow करना ultimately, right? You still have a lot of time, okay? So you take it positively कि क्या grow कर सकती हो उसके base पे. So being honest about it, so good that hopefully she has taken those things into
I think
mind.
she did. I think that's a great example because Aditi Yadav is we've also done a Topple Talk with her. So in that, we'll link it somewhere over here. The idea was that she's an individual who scored like one of the highest marks in the interview, 210 something.
212, I guess. Yeah.
210, 11, 12 something. That is absolutely, out there. Itana nahi aata hai, bahut rare hota hai. But if she had gone as she was in her first mock interview, she might have scored 140, 150. So having that growth mindset really helped. क्योंकि अगर वो ईगो पे ले लेते कि भैया इनको क्या पता है, ये क्या बता रहे हैं मेरे को, मतलब who are they to tell me what needs to be done? I know me, I'll do it. Then like you stop learning.
तो स्पंज के नाम से ही हमको समझ आ गया कि we are keen to absorb things, we are more adaptive. So a person who is reactive and egocentric would react more like a rubber.
Everything bounces off.
Yes. A person who is reactive and growth oriented is better than rubber. Is more like a clay. Okay. But वही है कि ज़्यादा सोचना नहीं है, but still you are growth oriented.
Clay being that you can absorb, but you make it very difficult for yourself to absorb. Why? Because you're still very कि मतलब ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया. सीखोगे धीरे धीरे.
And the other thing is Teflon. You are proactive but still egocentric.
So proactive में यहाँ पे ये हो जाएगा that I'm seeking out feedback, but all the good feedback I'm very happy कि हाँ जी बहुत बढ़िया. And sort of the negative feedback is just मतलब जैसे Teflon coating होती है ना वो pan पे वो stick नहीं करता कुछ भी, तो nothing sticks. So that's a like a 2x2 matrix. I really liked this idea because sort of it shows you कि भी हाँ मतलब there are variations into how people can take feedback and how sort of proactively you can seek out feedback in order to improve.
Yes. यहाँ पे in fact one example that he talks about here is how one can be like sponges. he gives an example of Julius Hugo. He's a javelin thrower, Olympic medalist, and also world record champion.
Yeah.
Okay, he's from Kenya. Now, why this example is so special in a way personally, because I remember I applied the same thing during my training days in BSNA in the sports meet. Okay, what he did is that he learnt a lot of things from YouTube. कीनिया में रहता है विद
कोच नहीं है कोई,
कोच यानी टेम्परेरी
like,
किया है, बट इतना नहीं, इतना रिसोर्सेस नहीं है कि कॉन्स्टेंटली समवन इज
guiding, helping.
So what he did is a lot of things he has taken from YouTube. He used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, technique of many people. तो वहाँ से भी उसने काफी कुछ सीखा है, and so YouTube पे सीख के and you making it to
Olympic gold.
So I got to know about this person maybe कहीं न्यूज़ में ही सुना होगा, तो फिर मुझे भी लगा. आई रिमेम्बर इन वन ऑफ द स्पोर्ट्स मीट्स इन LBSNA वी हैव, तो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वी प्ले ओनली इन द ट्रेनिंग ड्यूरिंग फाउंडेशन कोर्स. तो एथलेटिक्स तो मेरे आई यूजुअली प्ले क्रिकेट एंड TT, बट एथलेटिक्स तो इतना नहीं था. तो एथलेटिक्स में बट हैविंग स्टडीड इन KV आई ट्राइड हैंड एट एवरी गेम पॉसिबल. ऐसा कोई गेम नहीं है जो मैंने ट्राई नहीं किया हो, राइट. तो वहाँ पे जब जावलिन थ्रो हो रहा था, फिर तो फर्स्ट डे समहाउ आई मैनेज टू गेट इनटू द टॉप 8, एंड अगले दिन था उन 8 का. तो दोस्त अगले दिन था 8 का, तो मुझे लगा यार जैसे जैसे तैसे लकीली फ्लूक से मान लो आई गॉट टू द 8, फाइन. तो व्हाट आई डिड इन दैट, एक दिन में गैप जो था, रात को मैं जाके यूट्यूब में आई वाज वाचिंग ऑल द वीडियोस ऑफ टेक्निक की जावलिन को कैसे बेस्ट पोजीशन में कैसे रन अप लेते हैं, राइट, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. एंड द नेक्स्ट डे मैं थोड़ा जल्दी गया और जावलिन पकड़ के थोड़ा मैं वो टेक्निक्स अप्लाई करने लगा. सबसे पहले क्या कर रहा है 8 में से ये कर क्या रहा है, राइट. एंड इट सो हैपेंड, तो एक्चुअली उसमें था मेरा एक्चुअली सेकंड बेस्ट थ्रो था. बट उस सेकंड बेस्ट थ्रो में क्या हुआ कि मेरा फुट लाइन के ऊपर आ गया, तो दैट वाज डिस्क्वालिफाइड. तो आई एंडेड अप बीइंग 4, नो मेडल ऊपर से, तो कोई मेडल नहीं आया. बट दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट यू कैन थिंकिंग कि एक दिन में क्या कर सकता हूँ, राइट, थिंकिंग दैट नथिंग कैन बी डन. आई कुड हैव जस्ट स्लेप्ट दैट डे एंड देखेंगे अगले दिन भी देखेंगे क्या होता है. बट स्टिल you look for many things where you can get inputs from. So same example he gives, similar example he gives about Julius कि कैसे उसने
improvement, slow but steady, and like sort of being proactive, being
exactly.
growth driven.
Yes.
So he was a sponge who, like just like in your example, कि भाई willing to learn, कि भाई चलो आ गए यहाँ पे, जैसे भी जो भी करके अभी सीखते हैं. अभी ये नहीं करते कि भैया हाँ नहीं ठीक है मेरे को तो नहीं करना था. Like I think ये वाला ये एक चीज होती है which was very very ego driven, which is something that I used to do a lot of while I was in school. कि मैं बहुत कूल बनने की कोशिश करता था, कि मतलब मैं बिना पढ़े नंबर आ जाते मेरे, तो मैं तो ऐसे मैं ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करता, ये होता है वो होता है. Later on I realized कि that was not a very sort of proactive way to go about learning new things. And वो बस वो मतलब ग्रुप थिंक में या आपका पीयर प्रेशर में कि भैया कूल बनना है, ये करना है, वो करना है, उसमें तुम मतलब पता नहीं क्या कर रहे थे. You could have spent so much time just learning and growing and becoming a better version of yourself, unlocking your hidden potential, as you would say. But बहुत बार कुछ चीजें ना ईगो पे अटक जाती है, और वो ईगो takes very very different forms for a lot of people, right? For me मतलब वो कूल बनने वाला चीज था, किसी और के लिए कुछ और होगा कि भैया मैं तो गलत हो ही नहीं सकता, किसी और के लिए कॉन्फिडेंस होगा कि आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल इतना हाई हो गया है दैट लाइक दैट इज स्टॉपिंग यू फ्रॉम लर्निंग एनीथिंग न्यू. व्हाई? बिकॉज यू फील दैट मतलब मेरे को तो सब आता ही है. तो लाइक ईगो कैन टेक 100 डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स. मतलब डोंट थिंक ऑफ एज ईगो की मतलब एक ही चीज है, एक ही तरीके से आता है. ईगो 50 तरीके से छुप के आएगा और वाट लगाएगा. तो मूविंग ऑन, the next thing in sort of the इम्प्रूवमेंट प्रोसेस कि भी कैरेक्टर स्किल्स हमने बिल्ड करे हैं कि भी वी वांट टू बी लाइक अ स्पंज, राइट? वी वांट टू सॉर्ट ऑफ absorb things, we want to be proactive, we want to learn. Now coming to the part of scaffolding कि भी how can I improve my environment in order to sort of improve my learning outcomes? How can I take help from others? तो किसी सर
हाँ, तो स्कैफोल्डिंग तो देर इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ कांस्टेंट मोटिवेशन. तो उसमें द रोल ऑफ टीचर और
mentor
plays a very important role and which is directly applicable to even our UPSC preparation की. आपको because now there is no dearth of per se thanks to
Mentors,
online.
yeah.
There are a lot of mentors.
Definitely.
तो उसमें भी आपको confusion है कौन सही mentor कर रहा है, right? तो कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे? यहाँ पे ही गिव्स अ वेरी गुड एग्जांपल एज टू हु यू शुड बी चूजिंग एज द राइट मेंटर. इज दैट समवन हु इज caring, someone who is credible, and someone who is familiar in a way. You can relate to that person. वो familiarity may be मुश्किल है. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल देयर आर मेनी पीपल हु हैव क्लियर्ड बिकॉज दे नो समवन इन द फैमिली हु हैव क्लियर्ड. ब्रदर हैं, कोई कजन है, कोई रिलेटिव है. हाँ, तो वो फेमिलियरिटी है उनके. फेमिलियरिटी है, क्रेडिबिलिटी भी है, टू एन एक्सटेंट केयर भी है. बट नॉट एवरीवन इज सो फॉर्चुनेट टू हैव समवन इन देयर फैमिली. Okay, so वहाँ पे तीनों मीट कर रहा है कि that person might be caring because he's your sibling, and that person is credible because he's cracked the exam, and then familiar also because the person knows in and out of. But ऐसा तीनों चीज कहाँ पे बाहर मिल रहा है? You have to
figure that out.
Yes. तो
well, the three things I'll repeat. It is that when you're choosing or looking for a mentor, the mentor should care for you, the mentor should have credibility, and the mentor should be familiar with you and your problems, right? क्योंकि like just पीछे अभी बात कर रहे थे, ego takes 100 different forms. Each individual has 100 different problems. They seem very similar, but again, so long as guidance आपके लिए molded नहीं है, it can become कि भी हाँ general बात बोल दी.
क्योंकि जैसे someone हमको अगेन इस मार्केट में आपको मिलेंगे कि यार काफी केयरिंग है और अच्छा बात भी कर रहा है, बट क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं हो तभी फायदा नहीं है. ही डजंट नो एनीथिंग,
एग्जाम इन एंड आउट.
तो उसमें भी प्रॉब्लम है. तो वही ना, पीपल गेट कैरिड अवे विथ ओनली वन और टू एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ इट. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल बिकॉज देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ time and effort that is required from your end also. You are signing up with some person, better be careful about who that mentor is, right? So yeah, so यहीं पे because if you have to build that constant motivation, scaffolding जो तो constantly आपको motivate करता है, you need to have such kind of mentors.
Right. So I think इसमें sort of one of the other topics in building motivation has been one of the things that I've always sort of like really liked, the idea of being an imperfectionist. Right. So what exactly is it when you say that you should be an imperfectionist and not a perfectionist?
Yeah. In fact, in our earlier discussions also, I mentioned about this mantra that I keep mentioning and following. GEMO, good enough, move on.
Yeah.
It applies to every stage of preparation. क्योंकि जितना भी पढ़ो आपको लगता है कि ये कम है, right?
100% नहीं होता.
हाँ, तो जैसे आपने PYQs देखा, टॉपिक्स को सब डिवाइड किया, सब टॉपिक्स को, हर सब टॉपिक के लिए अगर मेंस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में मेरे लिए इतना मटेरियल है, मैं 10 मार्कर अटेम्प्ट कर सकता हूँ, 15 मार्कर अटेम्प्ट कर सकता हूँ, तो यू गुड इनफ देयर. ओके, आई हैव गुड, I can have a good introduction, conclusion, good data, and then you have to immediately move on to the next topic. Otherwise, for every subtopic, the sources are infinite. Okay,
Yeah.
You get stuck, and also people get stuck at one topic. They think that मैं economy के ये topic तो पहले वही करके मैं
सारा कवर कर लूंगा.
हाँ, और वहाँ पे भी थोड़ा क्लैरिटी नहीं, तो दो बुक, पहले एक बुक, दूसरा बुक, तीसरा बुक, ओके, 2-3 books you try and pick up.
So you spent 3 months just on economy, which is
so that is what is called perfection spiral. No, इससे क्या होता है कि ultimately क्या होगा ऑब्वियसली एक फुल लेंथ मॉक में, या फिर यू परफॉर्म पोर बिकॉज यू फोकस्ड ओनली ऑन वन एस्पेक्ट, अदर टॉपिक्स स्पेशली तो अभी तो फुल लेंथ टेस्ट चलते हैं टुवर्ड लास्ट 1 month 2 months में तो मोस्टली, तो वहां पे वही दिखता है कि यू आर ओवर एम्फसाइज्ड ऑन वन पर्टिकुलर थिंग एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ अदर थिंग्स। तो जैसे ही आपको दिखता है कि सेटबैक दिखता है, देन यू क्या बोलते हैं,
यू फील स्टक।
हाँ, यू आपका कंफर्ट जोन स्क्वीज हो जाता है
कि मतलब मैंने 3 किताब इकोनॉमी के पढ़ ली, अभी भी नंबर नहीं आ रहे, अब मैं क्या करूं, कैसे होगा।
हाँ, तो वट एवर यू आर ट्राइंग, you're faltering at that because of overemphasizing on certain thing, that is further squeezing your comfort zone. Ultimately you're left with nothing, no options also. So this is what he calls as the perfection wala spiral. Okay, so it's better, it's okay if you're imperfect on many things. ये मैं यही कहता हूँ कि लोगों को मैं 20 साल आपको टाइम दूंगा, मैं सैलरी दूंगा हर महीने इतना, ओके 20 साल के बाद अगर मैं पूछूं कि आर यू रेडी फॉर टू गिव द एग्जाम, देन आल्सो यू विल हैव दिस फीलिंग, नहीं सर वो लास्ट
थोड़ा सा कुछ रह गया,
वो मंथली वो इकोनॉमी का जो करंट अफेयर्स रह गया, राइट। तो ये वाला फीलिंग, ये वाला इच तो रहेगा ही, राइट। यू विल नेवर बी परफेक्ट।
एंड sort of that's the idea over here कि don't be perfect, like sir said, good enough, move on. And यहाँ पे वो हो जाता है कि being an imperfectionist, being somebody who takes rapid feedback and then sort of improves, कि ठीक है मैंने इकोनॉमी का एक किताब से किया, मैंने टेस्ट दिया, मैंने गलतियाँ करी, टेस्ट से मैंने सीखा, मैंने दोबारा उसी किताब को जाके रिव्यू किया, that is a much better way, because क्या हो रहा है ना कि आप मूव कर रहे हो, आप अटके नहीं रह गए हो। एंड दैट इज सॉर्ट ऑफ व्हाट द बुक इज आल्सो सेइंग कि इन ऑर्डर टू अचीव योर हिडन पोटेंशियल यू कैन नॉट बी स्टक ऑन जस्ट वन थिंग, you have to move on, you have to like find the next bigger challenge, you have to like sort of push yourself, and push yourself में feedback becomes a very important thing, क्योंकि बहुत बार क्या होता है, हम we are afraid, we don't want to see the bad marks, nobody wants to see bad marks, right? And particularly the Indian education system is to blame for this कि मतलब तुम्हारा पेपर में नंबर कम आते हैं तो भैया मतलब दुनिया खत्म सा ऐसा तुमको लगाई देता है कि भैया पता नहीं क्या होगा। बट इन दिस एग्जाम मतलब 50-55% पे यार तुम्हारा रैंक 1 आ जाता है, तो मतलब खराब नंबर से किसी को डरना नहीं चाहिए, एकदम बिंदास झकास जाके पेपर दो। I think we also talked about this in one of the previous sessions wherein like I was talking about कि भाई when I cleared in 2017 and 18, तो like मैं सोशियोलॉजी का टेस्ट जब पहली बार टेस्ट सीरीज ज्वाइन करी थी, I scored 30 marks out of 150, मतलब सेक्शन टेस्ट था, 30 नंबर आए थे मेरे, मतलब उस हिसाब से पेपर क्लियर नहीं होता मेरा। मतलब बोलने को अब तो मैं वो 30 नंबर देख के मैं एकदम टीचर को गाली दे सकता था कि भाई क्या बेकार चेकिंग करता है, इसने सब तो लिखा है, मैंने सब सही किया है, क्यों नहीं दे रहा, क्या नहीं दे रहा। बट आई टुक इट इन अ वेरी पॉजिटिव सेंस कि भैया कोई बात नहीं, अगले टेस्ट में इससे ज़्यादा लाएंगे। सो दैट वाज व्हाट माय गोल वाज। सो आई वाज नॉट बीइंग अ परफेक्शनिस्ट कि नहीं मैं यही टेस्ट दोबारा दूंगा, इसी में अच्छे नंबर, नहीं कोई बात नहीं, हो गया छोड़ो, अगले टेस्ट में थोड़े ज़्यादा लाएंगे। अगले टेस्ट में मैं ऐसा भी नहीं बोला कि मैं 90 लाऊंगा, आई सेड इससे ज़्यादा लाऊंगा। नेक्स्ट टेस्ट आई स्कोर्ड 45. If I had set that target to myself कि मैंने 90 आने हैं, I would have demotivated myself, क्योंकि एकदम से उतना जंप नहीं आएगा तुमको। तो that sort of a thing कि भाई 30 से 45 से 55 से 60 से 70, eventually by the last few tests I ended up scoring 279-280 marks in sociology that year. तो again it's not the best score, it's a decent score, but जहां मैंने शुरू किया था अगर मैं वहीं अटक जाता, I wouldn't have made that progress. And that is sort of what you also have to keep in mind कि don't get stuck in the perfectionist loop.
And especially किसी चीज को जैसे आंसर राइटिंग कब स्टार्ट करना, दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन दैट मेनी पीपल हैव। should I be completely be comfortable with a particular topic, then only should I be starting with answer writing? ये तो कब होगा नहीं, राइट? तो ऑब्वियसली उसके लिए क्रिटिकल मास तो चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं डे 1 से आप आंसर राइटिंग करोगे, बट क्रिटिकल मास आपको लगता है कि एक सोर्स से थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ लिया एक पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक का, पॉलिटिकल उतना है, तो फिर यू एंड यू मे बी यू हैव अटेंडेड सम क्लासेस, बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू गुड इनफ टू स्टार्ट द
Answer rating.
बट थिंकिंग दैट नहीं इसका 5 रिवीजन करूंगा उसके उसी के बाद या फिर पूरा बुक ही कंप्लीट कर दूंगा उसी के बाद मैं आंसर
फिर मैं सारे सब्जेक्ट कंप्लीट कर दूंगा क्योंकि मतलब पेपर तो जीएस का होता है उसमें सब कुछ आता है.
हाँ इंटरलिंकेजेस कैसे होगा ये सब सोच के अगर करोगे तो नहीं होगा कभी भी नहीं होगा राइट. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज यू हैव टू स्टार्ट समवेयर विदाउट इवन थिंकिंग दैट यू आर कंफर्टेबल. इन फैक्ट ही गिव्स वन मोर गुड एग्जांपल ऑफ एन आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ जापान कि कैसे the houses that he constructed were the only few houses that were intact during the earthquake in 1990s if I remember, or 2000s or something. Now what was so special about this person is that he was imperfectionist. कैसे अगर आप कोई छोटा सा हाउस कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हो इफ यू आर अ परफेक्शनिस्ट यू विल लुक एट एवरी एस्पेक्ट कि इसका कलर सही है, पेंट का कलर सही है, अच्छा फर्नीचर लगा हुआ है या फिर एम्बियंस सही है, इलेक्ट्रिक ये सब. सो इफ यू आर परफेक्शनिस्ट यू फोकस ऑन एवरी एस्पेक्ट. बट ऑन द अदर हैंड व्हाट ही लुक्ड एट इज मेरे कोर क्या चीज है मेरे को स्ट्रेंथ इंपॉर्टेंट है बस. सो ही फोकस्ड ओनली ऑन
The
मेन
basics
थिंग्स
and the most important things.
घर ऐसे थे कि बीच में एक होल होता था फॉर सनलाइट. इफ देयर इज अ रेन दैट इज कमिंग यू हैव टू एक्चुअली हैव एन अम्ब्रेला टू पास थ्रू योर ओन हाउस. इमेजिन ऐसा घर. तो इन ए वे दैट हाउस इज इम्परफेक्ट क्योंकि अगर परफेक्शनिस्ट हो ये सोचोगे ना कि कैसे रेन के टाइम में कैसे घर में
कवर करोगे क्या करोगे.
तो देयर वर मेनी थिंग्स मेनी इम्परफेक्शंस. कहीं पे गैप दिख रहा है छोटा सा, कोई ये वाला चीज है कोई तो बट स्टिल दोज वर द हाउसेस व्हिच सर्व द एक्चुअल पर्पस ऑफ
protection
yeah,
during
so
that
the ideal
time of need. Right, so I think that is the second part of the conversation. कि first हमारा था हमने बात करी कि character skills अपने आप को चाहिए कि like to be like a sponge. Now if we talk about the motivation part, so that's something where like you look for a good mentor who cares for you, is familiar, is credible, and at the same time stop being an imperfectionist. Stop being a perfectionist, be an imperfectionist. कि भाई मतलब चालू कर दो, रुको मत, सोचो मत, बार बार इसी चीज पे अटके रहोगे तो like you're not going to make progress. Which brings us to the third part of the discussion, which is ये अंदर वाला हो गया, मैंने कैरेक्टर बिल्ड कर लिया है, अभी मैं थोड़ा ऐसा भी हो गया कि भी I have sort of built my systems of motivation and now I want to sort of help others also achieve their potential. तो like sir इसका what do you think?
So it is useful for even mentors in a way because he talks about the case of Finland. So in the PISA ratings, which test the ability
Is it
of
standardized assessment test?
Looking at your reading skills, basic math skills and science skills. Okay, तो उस ratings में Finland, though being a small country, it is faring better than many of the so-called
Advanced countries, big countries.
And for a while its rankings dropped also and then it again picked up and so overall उनका क्या model है कि the author says that if you look at the system, USA में winner takes it all वाला system in the sense the focus is only on if you're able to focus on top few people.
It's a zero sum game in the US. कि भाई मतलब I have the other guy has to lose in order for me to win.
हाँ एंड जो सिस्टम भी ऐसा है कि उसी पे ज्यादा फोकस करता है जो टॉप कर रहा है या फिर उसका ऑलरेडी कोई बैकग्राउंड है. बाकी लोगों को वही लोग दे एंड अप बिकमिंग द वेल्थ क्रिएटर्स. ओके ओवरऑल इट इज हेल्पिंग देयर इकोनॉमी. ओके ऑन द अदर हैंड फिनलैंड का ये है कि स्लो थोड़ा बहुत सोशलिस्ट एंगल मान लो कि नहीं वी हैव टू फोकस इवन ऑन ऑल्सो ऑन द पर्सन हु इज नॉट परफॉर्मिंग सो वेल. सो दैट देयर इज एन जो जैसे ही आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं कि क्यों एक पर्टिकुलर बंदा नहीं परफॉर्म कर रहा है तो दे इवन वांट टू मेक इट इवन मोर पर्सनलाइज्ड कि कुछ लोगों के लिए अलग से पढ़ाना होगा, कुछ लोगों के लिए एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस या फिर एक्स्ट्रा सेशंस या फिर पर्सनल सेशंस लेने पड़ेंगे. तो दैट इज व्हाट सो नो वन इज लेफ्ट आउट इन द सिस्टम. No one feels
and like for this I think one of the most interesting things that I sort of understood was ki in Finland teaching is one of the most well respected and well paid professions.
Yes.
India mein also teaching is very respected. मतलब guru shishya parampara and all of those things are there here also, but it's not a very well paid job in India. So what happens is a lot of the best people will not go into teaching. Why? Because they feel कि they can earn more money elsewhere. So somewhere or the other that needs to be remedied also, because if India has to unlock the potential of all Indians, so that teacher has to take care of that last student also. That is
there's been a survey also. We keep asking, right, children को कि बड़ा होके क्या बनना चाहते हो, what do you want to become, you know. You even you take any other, generally any country including India, you have things like I want to become a businessman, I want to become so and so. Childhood में astronaut होता है वो काफी लोगों का space में.
space is very fascinating as a child.
हाँ, but after a while maybe you
Grow out of it.
But Finland में they have observed that a lot of people want to become
Teachers.
Okay, so वही है. One is they have experienced something
Life
firsthand,
changing.
yeah. And as such, also as you mentioned, okay, more fulfilling, because the moment you see that you have
Created an impact.
yeah, जो लास्ट में जो बंदा था वो भी अभी सिस्टम का एक अटूट हिस्सा मानता है अपने आप को. If you're creating such an environment, it is also very fulfilling experience for the teacher also.
I think this is something it took me a while to realize, क्योंकि जब तक तुम अपने ऊपर फिक्सेटेड होते हो तो then you're thinking about कि भाई मेरे को करना है, मैं करना चाहता हूँ, मुझे है, right, I want to prove something, I want to do something. It could be for your immediate family, right, कि मैं अपने parents के लिए करना चाहता हूँ, I want to give a good example to my siblings and younger cousins and all of those things. But one of the greatest fulfillments that you can sort of get in life is by like enabling somebody with good potential. When you find such a person and you enable them with 100% conviction कि भैया हाँ ये कर सकता है, ये करेगा, that is one of the most fulfilling things that an individual can do in life. And that is also sort of connected back to originally जो हम बात कर रहे थे कि भाई आप गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में भी हो तो you cannot do everything. So you have to have that ability to identify the people who can take up more responsibility, who can do better, who can do more. And that is sort of what it's all about.
Yeah, and यहीं पे so if you have to create opportunities for more and more people, the environment, the organization that you're working in should not have a ladder like
कि भाई एक ही रास्ता ऊपर
system.
जाने का.
हाँ, purely hierarchy based हो. Okay, so what he says is that lattice वाला system. So there's something called there's something called ladder वाला जो purely hierarchy जो bureaucracy में काफी भी notice.
ये तुम्हारा बॉस, तुम्हारे बॉस का बॉस, तुम्हारे बॉस के बॉस के बॉस,
सब कुछ हायरार्की में जाना चाहिए. वी हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. आई रिमेंबर कि अगर मुझे प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी से बात करना, पहला आई यूज्ड टू मेक श्योर दैट उसके नीचे सारे लोग हैं कि नहीं लोग में. पहले इनसे बात करो, उसके बाद उनसे बात करो, उसके ऐसे पूरा सिमिलरली वो. इट हैज इट्स ओन यूटिलिटी. आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग व्हाई इट इज देयर. देयर इज अ रीजन व्हाई इट इज देयर. ओके, बट व्हाट Adam Grant is talking about is that if you have lattice system wherein you should also have some way of
bypassing the hierarchy.
Yes, कि जरूरी नहीं है कि चेन को फॉलो ही करना है, राइट. तो एंड अब इस सिस्टम अगर बाईपास करोगे तो बहुत you are hurting many people's egos. Your job is also at stake. All of those things, right? So a lattice system, he has given some examples also, but एक सिचुएशन भी है जहाँ की देयर वाज अ सिचुएशन इन चिले. देयर वाज अ माइनिंग
collapse.
wherein around 33 people were stuck, and it's considered to be one of the best rescues because they were stuck inside the mine for 69 days. Okay, 69 days. तो obviously उनको पहले सप्लाई दिया,
एयर सप्लाई, फूड सप्लाई, वाटर सप्लाई.
तो वहाँ पे अगर वो लैडर सिस्टम फॉलो करते तो दे वुड नॉट हैव पॉसिबली डन दैट. What happened is that fortunately the very experienced person who was called by the president himself to take charge of the entire rescue operation, he was more like a sponge also. He was taking inputs from different countries. और सारे केस स्टडीज कुछ तो बहुत ही यानी laughable on the face of it, laughable suggestions.
This is also something that a more recent example that we can use over here. You remember the Thailand में cave flooding हुआ था? तो
Elon
even-
Musk was also
Exactly. So Elon Musk is giving ideas कि भाई ये कर दो, वो कर दो, ऐसे कर दो, and that is exactly what happened. That the local team did not have the like the idea that eventually sort of rescued the people. It was somebody suggesting something on the internet that came by, and then they applied that, and that solved the problem.
Hmm.
So that is sort of कि भाई enabling others also helps you. तो अगर प्रेप के नजरिए से इसके बारे में बात करें कि भी यूपीएससी की तैयारी आप कर रहे हो एंड देन यू वांट टू सॉर्ट ऑफ बिल्ड दिस sort of a lattice system, or you want to enable the potential of others, so how does that work over there?
So I've told you it's more of a lesson for people like us who are mentoring, because don't get carried away by the fact that ये बंदा इसका अच्छा qualification है. So you have to treat
Each and everyone equally.
as in, don't get carried away by the fact that ये इसका ज्यादा potential है तो इसमें ज्यादा focus करते हैं. ये सब
नहीं होता है. I think वही when very early on in this journey we also realized कि like शुरू में हमें लगता था कि भी ऐसा होता होगा. Again we had that bias. क्योंकि अब मैं IIT से आया हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि भी IIT वाला बंदा आएगा उसको कुछ बेसिक तो sorted रहेगा. But so many times I have seen कि just because वो IIT से आया है, that acts as a barrier, क्योंकि उसको वो ईगो वाला प्रॉब्लम है कि भाई मैं भी IIT से, तू भी IIT से, तू क्या बताने आ गया मेरे को. तो like maybe they had the potential but they are not implementing the best out of their potential, whereas somebody who has not been to an IIT would not have that much of an ego, would have a better growth mindset, would be more proactive, would be seeking out feedback, and if you spend time on that person is the one that will shine the most. तो ये हमेशा ही रहता ही है.
And in fact ये वाला चीज to an extent I think is looked in during the interviews. I get more sense of it कि it is not important कि आप कहाँ पे पहुंचे हो, right? लेकिन वहां पहुंचने के रास्ते में आपने कौन से हर्डल्स को क्रॉस करके वहां पहुंचे हो, that is also very important.
Yeah.
So it's very important to understand that backstory also.
Yeah.
And that you get to know mostly during those the interview wala stage. Now I possibly have gotten more insights on why it is still important. Why do we have a इतना stage जो कि actually it lasts for 3-4 months, very taxing. There is still a lot of subjectivities there, but it is exactly to find out those gems.
And that is sort of एक जैसे NVIDIA के बारे में I'm sure if you don't know, NVIDIA is the like great chip maker जो आपका GPUs वगैरह बनाती है. तो NVIDIA का CEO है जेनसन हुआंग. तो उनके काफी recently I've been watching a lot of speeches and his addresses. तो he talks about कि every system should go through adversity and every individual should go through some adversity. He's talking about it in the sense of कि भाई like you build those character skills through adversity. Character skills is not something that can be taught to you. You have to build them by yourself. कि भाई रगड़ा लगेगा but मेरे को तो करना है. That I can't do that for you. वो तुम्हारे अंदर से आएगा. But at the same time, a system that you have built, let's say कि भाई you have your mentees, you have your mentors, they should also be stress tested. क्योंकि only when they are stress tested, they will bring out the best practices. They will ensure that the best survives, that the most important things get transmitted in the best way possible. And that is something that I have come to recognize and realize कि यहाँ पे if you're an individual who is preparing, आप prelims clear कर पा रहे हो, mains में अटक रहे हो बार बार, try mentoring people. Right, try mentoring people. go out there, join an institute as an evaluator, या भाई अपना ही कुछ आसपास के लोग को देखो, कोई पढ़ना चाह रहा है, सीखना चाह रहा है तो उनसे बात करो, गाइड करो किसी को. क्योंकि जब वो लोग भी सेम सवाल पे अटकेंगे ना, और फिर तुम्हारी बारी है उनको बताने की कि भैया क्या करना है नहीं करना है, तो तुम उधर दूसरी साइड से स्ट्रेस टेस्ट हो गए. अभी तुमको लग रहा है कि बस जस्ट मैं कर रहा था तब मैं स्ट्रेस टेस्टेड हूँ, मुझे पता है मैं क्या कर रहा है, मैं कर लूंगा. बट जब तुम बाहर से उसी सिचुएशन को बाहर से देखते हो, when you're guiding your mentees and you're trying to help them push through a certain obstacle, you also gain a better understanding of yourself.
Yeah, in fact, many people have this question of plan B, right? So this is one of the plan Bs. Let's say if you have failed 1 or 2 attempts, you don't know what to do. Then it's not a bad thing to, if you still feel that मेरे को continue करना है, but सिर्फ again, only preparing, sitting might be difficult thing, बहुत frustrating होगा. And in after a point, no, after you acquired certain skills, if you have to learn more, there is no better way than teaching.
Yeah. मतलब अब इसमें अगेन सम पीपल थिंक कि भाई अगर टीचिंग करने लग गए तो फिर मतलब तुमने नहीं किया, यू हैव फेल्ड, यू हैव दिस दैट. आई फील unless you teach, a lot of the things you don't even understand yourself. Like for example, if we talk about Richard Feynman, he's one of the great physicists of like the 20th century, right? Richard Feynman was also one of the greatest teachers of the 20th century, right? Despite being like a theoretical physicist and like him being one of the people also involved in the Manhattan Project, and उसके बाद भी he made a lot of scientific discoveries and like progress करी उन्होंने अपनी तरफ से. But he is also somebody who's quoted so often how to learn better, right? He's got the idea कि भाई if you can't explain it, मतलब वो आइंस्टाइन को भी attribute होता है, but Feynman technique क्या है कि भाई you explain it to somebody, and if you can't explain it, then you probably don't understand it yourself. So Feynman is one of the greatest examples of if you want to do something better, try and teach it to somebody else. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But we're running out of time, and we'll sort of wrap up this session for today over here. Casey sir, any last remarks that you have about this book, and like anything that you'd like to share?
वही है, the kind of examples that he has picked up, and most of them are recent. Many of them are recent examples. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई फिलोसोफर का कोई क्योंकि आज की डे में इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अप्लाई समथिंग ऑफ प्लेटो, एरिस्टोटल, राइट? बट यहाँ पे रियल लाइफ
Very practical.
yes,
Very practical.
कंटेम्प्रेरी सिचुएशंस को लेके हाउ ही एक्सप्लेन्स. आई थिंक दैट वेज दिस इज a book worth reading. Whether you are in the preparation stage
Or you're doing something
otherwise
else.
you are one of the mentors or teachers also. There's a lot of learning for teachers also, and in general any person.
Right, so with that, we'll end today's discussion. Thank you all for joining in and watching. So next week, or in the next episode, we'll be taking up a book called Clear Thinking. I have a copy of it with me, and if you're interested, you can read up that book before, and you can join in on the discussion. And at the same time, if you want to suggest us to take up some book, we'd also like that कि आप हमें बताओ कि भाई कौन सी किताब हम डिस्कस करें यहाँ पे, ताकि मतलब it keeps things interesting and makes life fun for everyone. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day.